Hi, I'm Todd Wente, and this is the Daily 180. 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration intended to help you take action and make progress in your life. This is episode 536 of the Daily 180, and today we're going to continue our conversations about things that I've learned from a tribe of mentors, this little book right here, to talk about the next quote that I found along the way. And that quote came again from the early part of the book, where one of the respondents to Tim Ferriss's questions said, "It's amazing how a good day's work will get you feeling like yourself." I believe the question that was asked in this particular case was, "What do you do when you're feeling overwhelmed or you're feeling out of sorts?" And the person responded, "Hey, you know what? I go to work. I dump myself into work." And I want to add that not only have I found that to be very valuable, but I have been using that an awful lot. As I mentioned in one of the earlier episodes, at this point in time, I am between full-time jobs. I'm between gigs. Now, I've got some part-time work that I'm doing. I've been teaching at a local college, and very much enjoying that. It's something that I trained to do, something that is a big part of my life, and something I'm very grateful that I get an opportunity to do. But between the time that I got laid off and I was able to start that, boy, I had a lot of hours where all I was doing was applying for jobs, trying to find the next thing. I was working on some side projects, working on some side gigs, but nothing really was falling into place because, well, I didn't have any place to go. At least that's what I thought. And then when I changed my perspective on this after reading this and after thinking about it, I decided to dive into some projects that I'd kind of been putting off. And so I started working on the next book, and I dove into it full force with both feet. I started just taking whatever blocks of time I could and writing it out, sketching out the entire book, sketching out the individual chapters, sketching out all of those things, and starting to write with it. I got connected with a writers group and I dove into that. And then as the year started to make itself available for me to start teaching, I dove into that. I started working very hard, focusing on giving service, on doing something for the benefit of others. One of the things that I've told my children all along is that in a free enterprise economy, you are rewarded in direct proportion to the value of the contribution that you make to the lives of others. That idea, making a contribution, giving to others, doing something that is of value to others, is what work is really all about. It also was something that I started diving into the Daily 180 a little bit more powerfully and trying to figure out how I could create things that would be useful for the tribe in this manner. Giving a full day's work, giving a lot of energy to something that you feel passionate about, that you feel connected to, that is one of the biggest, most powerful cures for feeling lost and for feeling like your life has very little purpose or very little meaning. If you're stuck in that place, give it some extra time to those things that give you meaning, that give you purpose, that feel like they fill your tank. And in often cases, if you can, find ways that connect to other people that give you service. And uh, if your experience is anything like mine, I guarantee you, you will feel more powerful, more rooted, more like yourself than you ever will any other time. It's something that you don't have to go through a crisis to experience. You can try take advantage of that right now. If you experience that in your full-time job, you are a lucky person. You are a fortunate person. And if you don't, find a way to give yourself a little bit of time and do that on the side and watch what it does to helping you feel good about looking at yourself in the mirror. If this has been useful for you, make sure you share it with other people because this message needs to get out to as many people as possible. And in the meantime, hit the button to subscribe and the bell to be reminded about when we're going live. As I always say, this has been the Daily 180. Go forth and conquer. We'll see you next time.